Hey guys, what's going on? I heard you wanted to know how I did the cotton candy dye on that Rock X3 that I posted a little bit ago. Number one, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the positive and constructive feedback. Like that was amazing. That was my first time posting in that subreddit, and to have that much feedback on something I did creatively was a huge confidence booster, and thank you guys so much. But anyway, a lot of videos are out there showing you how to dye discs, but I want to do something a little bit different. Everything is making noise right now. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Considering I have some experience in cinematography, I want to make a video showing you the entire process instead of just, showing you, from a still camera angle, this is on this ground, you can go here, here, and here and get that and this and that. While those videos are informative, I want it to be a little more enjoyable. So let me go get my cameraman and we will head out to go get the supplies to learn how to do the cotton candy dye.
You know we can't film in Walmart though, right?
Is it stressing you out? Okay, we're gonna use my phone because that's easier to get away with. So it's gonna be bad quality. I'm sorry. My cameraman says no.
I'm a woman.
It's not my fault.
I have boobs.
It doesn't matter. Everyone's a man.
They're not man boobs.
Cameraman.
They're lady boobs.
I'm aware of that, but you're the cameraman with lady boobs. You're recording your feet?
Your feet.
You're recording my feet. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is, look. See, it all says dye more synthetic. That's the kind we want. So, let's get some cool colors. So now, we have everything we need at Walmart, so let's go to the dollar store. And, yeah, let's go to the dollar store. Oh, you checking out my butt? That's what it looked like. Into the dollar store. I'm gonna grab one of these, so we're gonna need it. You want little plastic bottles for the dye. I don't see them, but I do see some things that I already have. But I'm just gonna show it to you. I'm not gonna buy more today. You see, they're just little plastic containers that you can fit a disc in. They come with tops, so if you get some stuff in there, you can just throw the lid on and come back to it later. So those are important. I don't see the bottles. Where are the little baby bottles? Next, you're gonna want shaving cream. Always go to the dollar store because it's cheaper. Easy peasy. Woo. I'll grab a few of them just because they're super cheap. That's only $4 right there. Excellent. Oh, there they are. Now I remember where I saw them. See these little plastic bottles? They have little pop tops. Boop. So you can put the dye in, you're able to like shake out little drops at a time. I think that's everything we need from the dollar store, and we'll catch you guys at Hobby Lobby. Testing, is this thing on? Testing. All right guys, we're back at home after our trip to the stores. I made a little mistake. I didn't need transfer contact. I didn't need contact paper because I'm not stenciling anything. If we start to, I'll do a stencil video in the future where we will need, all you need today is shaving cream. I actually picked this up at the dollar store several days ago, so it's not the same stuff you saw me get, but it works just as well. A plastic tray. I decided to cut a little bit off to make it easier to flatten the foam. But it's the same plastic trays you saw me point out at the Dollar Tree. We have the little plastic bottles, right? And what I did was filled it halfway with RIT dye and then the rest of the way with warm water. So you shake it up, get it nice and mixed up. So you do that. I have a bottle of warm spray. It's just, oh, that feels good. It's so hot in my garage. Oh, it smells like oil. Yeah, that's what I had in it before. That was the wrong decision. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the tutorial of how to do it, because it's really quite simple. One more thing, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. You also need a little knife guy. So, or something some utensil, just, you'll see. It's just for like making little swirly do. So why don't we jump into the tutorial, okay? All right, I'm gonna flip this camera around. All right, so first things first, we have our tray, and we're gonna want to fill it with a pretty thin layer of shaving cream. Well, I use a thin layer because I don't like to use way too much. But feel free to be liberal. Feel free to be liberal with the shaving cream because it's always better to use too much versus too little. You're gonna want to pick this up and do this vertically, otherwise you'll just run out of aerosol spraying it down like that. Just gonna do a quick boom. Maybe fill in some of these spots. Right, boom, boom. Excellent. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll do just fine. So don't need any more shaving cream. Done with that. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to take your straight angle and we're just going to smooth it over because this is really lumpy right now. So we want to kind of smooth it around. I tend to just kind of go around the corners like that. Move it, try to fill in all the gaps that you can. We don't have to make it excessively smooth. We just want it smooth enough that the disc is going to touch every part of it. I'm not super worried about all the bubbles or all the creases, but I mean, I guess the less the better, according to most people, but you don't necessarily need that. If you want more of a galactic look, leave the bubbles, leave the imperfections and everything, just smooth it out and you'll get like nice little starbursts in the dye pattern. So we have this taken care of. We're taking these gloves off. It's sweating in here. Texas heat is no joke, folks. So we're gonna take this toothpick, right? And we're gonna just kind of want to outline the disc, just so we give ourselves a general idea where the disc is going to be, and it does not have to be perfect in the slightest. We're just doing an outline. Boom, boom, boom. That's about the size of the disc. So now that we have that, we're going to want to decide how we want it swirled. I'm going to try to swirl this pretty much the same as the last cotton candy disc that I did. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little plastic knife. You can use a regular knife if you want. Either way is fine. It still has a little bit of purple eye dye, but that should be fine. We're going to add that in anyway. So I'm just going to do a little swirly pattern like this and kind of match it to itself. Boom. So I have, you know, a curve here. Oh no, there's hair. Oh no. So I have a little curve here. I have a big curve here that kind of looks like a penis. And then I have another curve here, just to get an idea of where I want to put the dye. So now we're on to the next step, which is to go ahead and grab the dye that we need. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and straddle out for this one. We're doing good. We got our foam lined up. We got it all swirly and whatnot, the way we like it. So now we grab our eye dye poly, blue RIT synthetic and pink RIT synthetic. Want to shake this up to make sure it's all mixturized in there. And we're going to want to pick where we want the blue. So I'm going to kind of want the blue here on the edges. So we're just going to kind of drop that in on those spots. And you don't necessarily have to cover the whole thing. That's actually part of the charm when it comes to the galaxy stuff. So I'm going to alternate the areas that I put it in, so we can have a nice little swirl. And I'm not going to try to mix them, because when you try to mix them, you get a muddy color. Tap it a little bit. Running out of dye. We're running out. Oh no! Alright, so that's enough blue for that. Now we're going to want to take our pink dye. Let me get it going a little bit. If I can get, there we go. Okay, so now we just kind of want to go in between that blue area. Just give it a nice little spray in there. Remember, we don't want to oversaturate it, because if you oversaturate it, it's going to be a solid color. We want that galaxy look. So just a little bit here and there. Boom. Green dye, done and dusted, baby. So now we take our little knife. You can use a small spoon or something, but something with a little bit of a dip in it, so you can scoop out the powder. we're just gonna get this in here, get a little bit on there, try to avoid clumps. And I'm just gonna drizzle this around the edges because I don't really want the purple in the galaxy look. I want it as an accent. So we're just drizzling this purple all around the edges where the disc is gonna be. And it's okay if you get some dark spots. That could actually look really cool once it's all said and done. So drizzle, drizzle, a little bit more. There we go, one more little tiny bit right over here. All right, so you see how that looks? Not bad, that's kind of what we want right there. Next thing is key. Go ahead and grab the water because we want to spray this down. The iodide poly needs water to activate, so we want to spray it down. It's also going to give it a little bit of a creamier look. But before we do that, we're going to take our knife again and we're just going to run through the exact same lines we already had. And it's okay not to be perfect. You kind of want that because it'll give it a cool swirl. So run it through, get nice little grooves. Boom, 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 nice. Yeah, this should look pretty sweet. I'm just gonna run a little bit of a groove right through here. Looking sweet. All right, now we move on to the water to start activating the iodide poly. So I have our bottle of warm water here and we're just going to spray down the tray. And we wanna get it nice and wet. We don't need to over soak it, but we really want that dye to start showing up because right now it looks brown and you want it to start almost looking a little purple. All right, oh, that's spray bottle's screwing me up a little bit here, but we should be fine. Maybe I'll add a little bit more pink in there. Get that cotton candy look. Okay, so just a couple more. That looks great. So now we want to take the disc, and this is very important what we do here. You're gonna wanna take it, right? You can use your index fingers like this, or your thumb, or some combination of something. I like to use my middle finger and my ring finger, so I can push down with my index fingers. Because what we're gonna wanna do here is put one side in first. So I'm gonna put this bottom side in first, so we can kind of squeeze out any air bubbles, kind of like, you know, you're pushing down on a vinyl sticker, get any air bubbles out. So we put that side in first, and push it down nice and slowly, so the whole disc is in. You want to push it in a little bit, not too much, just so you know you can see it around the rim, because we don't want any white spots. And then, once we do this, we're going to take it, and we're going to turn it, maybe 45 degrees. So we'll go bam, bam, and that'll give us a nice little swirl. It'll kind of break up the iodide poly a little bit so it won't be just flecks everywhere. And now we just let that sit. I'm probably gonna let it sit closer to 3 to 4 hours before I pull it up, and we'll see how that comes out. Actually, I might leave it overnight because I'm gonna be asleep in 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the morning.
All right, so I didn't feel like leaving it overnight. It's late and I felt like pulling it out, but it came out pretty nice. A little bit lighter than what I was hoping for, but still beautiful. Something about that blue and pink and purple combination is just so gorgeous. Like, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to give this to my friend. And yeah, wow, that's excellent. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, click subscribe if you want to see more tutorials about more cool styles of dyeing. And yeah, I'll see you guys over on Reddit, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever my media is. So be sure to check me out. Anyway, guys, peace out. Hope this was helpful in some way. Get out there and throw up. I'll work on the catchphrase.